Campaigns for Cameroon's legislative and municipal elections, slated for the 9th of February, began on Saturday. 180 seats in the National Assembly are open for contest from around 360 voting communities across the country.
While the opposition parties intend to boycott elections that they consider impractical to hold, saying they are undermined by jihadist attacks in the north and a deadly independence conflict in the west, and that President Paul Biya's ruling party is the clear favorite. What are the prospects of the legislative elections with campaign period officially opened on Saturday? Lambat Nguafo, our correspondent, joins us from Cameroon to tell us what is at stake. Lambat, hello. The Cameroonians will go to the polls on 19th February. How did the first days of the campaign go?
Iront aux urnes le 9 février prochain. Comment s'est déroulé ces premiers jours de campagne? Comment se sont déroulés?
Bonjour à vous sur le plateau. Bonjour. Effectivement, comme vous le dites, la campagne...
The legislative and municipal campaigns for the Sunday 9th February election open on Saturday 25th January in Cameroon. Many towns across the country, and particularly in Douala, have caravans everywhere. Party headquarters are in a frenzy. Posters, banners and meetings are on the agenda. The ruling party, the Democratic Rally of the Cameroonian People, which is very popular in the political scene, saw some of its candidates hold American-style meetings. According to the CPDM party members, the strategy is to get a majority seats in the legislative elections. For President Paul Biya so as to also drum up the participation rate that is particularly low during the presidential election. On the side of the opposition, some political parties that stand out, like the Social Democratic Front of the Ni John Frundi, the PCRN of Cabral Libi, or the UDC, have been organizing small meetings that unfortunately do not attract many people. It is important to note that several political parties have called for the elections to be postponed due to the conflict in the English-speaking areas in the northwest and southwest. However, the government considered the arguments unfounded and decided to keep the polling date on 9th February.
Lambert, is there any real enthusiasm for these elections? I mean, the two double ballots, legislative and municipal elections?
Compared to the last legislative and municipal elections held 6 years ago, we note that people are indifferent to the candidates' caravans passing through crowded places and during rallies. The mobilization of people is not as strong as in the previous local elections. The political analysts claim that this poor mobilization is due to calls for a boycott by part of the opposition and certain members of civil society who consider it to be an electoral farce. According to their analysis, the ruling party has already won some 40 seats in the National Assembly, even before the elections, since the opposition has no candidates in many constituencies. And still, according to the political analysts, the ruling party is sure to win more than 3/4 of the electorates. However, some political analysts hope that this campaign will mobilize young people in these elections. Many of the candidates are very young, and so we note a strong presence of the youth who participate actively in this campaign during meetings. Lambert, some opposition political parties, including the MRC, have called for a boycott of this legislation. Kindly note from the beginning, the main parties that call to boycott these elections are the Movement for the Renaissance of Cameroon and the Cameroon People's Party, which withdrew from the rest, citing the crisis rocking the English-speaking regions and the electoral law that was too favorable to the ruling party. A few days campaigns were launched. It is difficult to say with certainty that the boycott is being respected. But one thing is certain, political parties on the ground are not putting effort in strong mobilization. Electoral boycott is more evident in the English-speaking regions since they are the Social Democratic Front Party's stronghold, which for a long time created doubt over its participation in these elections. The Minister of Territorial Administration has warned anyone who will prevent voters from going to the polls on February 9th. However, the boycott campaign is gaining momentum on social media. We will know whether the boycott campaign has been successful by the turnout at the February 9 polls. Thank you, Lambert Ngofwa.
Merci à vous et bonne journée.
Et très belle journée à vous à Yaoundé, au Cameroun.
Lambert joining us from Yaoundé, Cameroon.